everyone. And we are live, are we?
Yep, we are.
Yes. How are you, girls?
Good, good.
How's
Hello.
weather? Hello, people, beautiful people. We are streaming here from Ireland. Me, Shivani from UK, Kamitra from Calgary, Canada. And we come here every week to provide some insights, some topics about business, life, and whatever it comes to our mind. And today we decided to talk about work-life balance. Does that really exist? Well, yes. For some people might be like kind of confusing definition of what is a work life balance because it's very difficult to find an equilibrium between our the timing that we use for personal, for enjoyment, and that's it, right? So we are going to discuss that topic today with you guys. And Kamitra, Shivani, what's are your thoughts about the topic?
Hi, everyone. So I was in the corporate world for 10 years, and now I've left, and thank God. And it's all because of this online business. But I wanted to share um, my experience in those 10 years, right? And how I didn't think that something like work-life balance actually exists or it's something that I could achieve, right? Because my standard day would be to wake up, sit in traffic to get to work, spend 12 hours working, sit in traffic to come back home. By the time I reached home, I was mentally exhausted. Throughout the whole entire day, I was mentally exhausted. And I was just counting down the hours. I basically was like a robot because the day was passing and I was doing things, but I wasn't even aware that I was doing things. And I was drained. I was always rushing. I had no time whatsoever. And when I got home, I was so tired where the only thing I wanted to do was sit on a couch, watch some TV, just to take my mind off whatever happened during the day. And during the weekends, I found myself always having a deadline with work. So instead of, to me, that I had to finish my work. So therefore, on my free time, I would actually be doing work, right? So in my mind, I have no time. How do I do this thing you all call work-life balance? Like, what is that? All I have is work.
Exactly. Sometimes people will not really feel that we are trapped in working, like becoming a workaholic, right? So
Yeah.
it's very difficult to realize, but it will reach, sometimes you will reach a trigger, or somebody will tell you, or your kids will tell you something that it will just stop yourself and think, do I am really working too much? Or you
You know, you're
start
right.
missing some activities with your kids, like if they belongs to like a teams, or they are practicing any sport, then you
Yeah.
will start missing those events or birthdays. Yeah,
You know, you made a good point there, though, that you have to recognize it because there are some people who there are some who it's not an issue, it's not a problem, and they feel that what they do as a workaholic is work-life balance. They think that that's exactly what they should be doing, and they're happy with that. And there are some who for us who this just isn't for me. My trigger was actually health, and obviously lots of people will have different triggers. Like you said, the kids drop you not
yeah,
so subtle hints. Mine was health, but everybody has a trigger at some point where you get to the stage where I need to re-examine what I'm doing. I need My to trigger actually was a personality change. I started to realize I was changing to be a more rough person, to be a less understanding person. I used to snap at people, and I realized for myself that's not who I want to be, though.
And do you know the thing is though, you don't always have to make drastic major changes. You think that you do, but you don't always have to. And I mean, sometimes you end up doing that. You end up down that road where you feel like, okay, now I want to make a big change. But you don't have to make drastic changes. You can do very little things. I mean, like a simple thing like lunchtimes, I challenge you. Did you actually have a lunchtime during those days that you worked? In a corporate world, lunchtimes don't exist because you're supposed to work through lunch, get in early, stay late, and just work as much as you can. And that's a simple little thing. Block out your lunchtime and actually eat. I'm not even going something radical here.
Yeah,
Actually eat.
agreed. On time. Yeah.
exactly. We're not trying to say like, okay, to get into that style, like a work life balance, you don't have to switch your job or no, we are not saying that, or you have to work from home. No, because even people who is working from home, they get into this trap nowadays. People is working more at home than what they are used to do in the office, just because they feel like, oh, I want to show that I am doing something at home. I am not like laying on my
You
couch or watching
you
TV,
also you
right?
also don't have that physical barrier, like when you were in the old world, when you were working, well, in the old world, I have to say the old world now, because the world has radically changed, whether we accept that or not. In the old world, you'd get up, you'd jump on the train or car or however, you'd get yourself into work. You physically had to change. Now, with lockdowns all over the place, here we're in the UK, we're in lockdown. They're encouraging you to work from home as much as you can. When work from home means that actually the same desk that you used to browse stuff with and have some downtime or read or listen to podcasts, that's the same place that you're actually working. You no longer have that physical barrier, and you're not going to be leaving the house like you did.
And even for some of those people who are still having to commute to go to work, you can change up your routine by listening to something while you're on your way to work, whether it's an audiobook, a podcast. And obviously, if you're driving, you have to pay attention to the road. But the fact that you have something positive in the background rather than your mind telling you all these things about, oh my God, I don't want to go to work, or playing out how bad the day could go, those things help little by little without you even realizing it.
Visions mentioned a good point here, and I will read the comment because it's too big, I think, to show on the screen. But he said most times you need to take a step back and reevaluate your goals and identify what is really important. Yeah, if you don't step back, it's difficult to see what's happening. Brilliant, Vision. That's a very good point. And
That's a really very good point.
yeah,
And we think delivering our schedules and what for work is important. But it is, yes, but at the end of the day, what are you losing to get that? If you are losing your sanity and your mental health, not mental health, sorry, just your health, like Shivani mentioned, then no, it's not worth it.
I think, even if you don't do the step back, sometimes you might have a trusted friend or partner who can help you to see this, because you are so focused on what you're doing that sometimes you don't notice the damage you're doing to yourself. And like you said, the kids are very good at dropping the hints. Sometimes a husband or a partner or even a friend that goes, you've not had your vacation, you've not taken your vacation for the last 2 years. What is that about?
Yeah.
As you say, you don't have to do big changes. Even the little changes that you do, your kids will notice that, because kids are very good observers.
Very good.
They are very good observers, and also this balance. It is a choice. It is our responsibility to change that, because nobody will do it for us. Nothing will change. Your employer will know and say, "Oh, poor Shivani, poor Kamitra, you are working too much. You deserve this." No, it is like, oh, you do it because you want it, but you have to want it to make it happen.
I think far too often happens though is something drastic happens before people realize, you really need that. Vishan made a good point that you would like it to be something gentle, like, okay, I'm taking a step back, I need to see. But sometimes that is a really sharp wake up call that just kind of hits you from the side, and you're, what am I doing? That really shakes you into realizing I need to do something different.
We spoke about things like podcasts and taking a step back, but also we can make small changes that benefit your health. Like if you are accustomed to buying unhealthy dinner or breakfast, I should say, then make an effort to just change one meal to make sure you have a proper meal. Try to drink your 8 glasses of water per day, little things like that. Yeah, little things like that over time. We're not saying that you have to change everything at once, but commit to one thing, master it, and then move on. Because once you form a habit with it, it's no longer something to do, right? It's just normal.
And small changes do add up. It feels like it's nothing, but small changes do add up. Small steps every day, and you'll realize you've come somewhere that you didn't think you could come.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that we should wrap up this sharing, and I will say that between those small changes that you can do, I will advise just to be present in those short period of time that you
Yeah.
dedicate every day to your husband, wife, kids, or like meeting a friend, just to be present. When you are at home, just forget about your phone or switch off the damn TV. Just, I mean, if you only have 10 minutes to
Yeah.
spend with each of your kids, just do it individually and with your wife or husband, just like be present, pay attention, look at their eyes, just make a connection. You don't
Yeah.
need to have a lot of time, you need quality time. Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, try to take advantage of every little time that you have in your lunch time. Just connect with people, just stop scrolling down your phone or doing extra job just to do things faster. No,
Or to pass the
otherwise,
time.
yeah, exactly, exactly,
But
exactly.
you could spend the lunchtime watching our webinar.
Oh yeah. Why is that? Because eventually, what Shivani, Kamitra, and myself do, it's like we earn online. We are using an online all-in-one platform that help us to earn from home. I mean, it's true that we are not going to an office anymore. The three of us did. Luckily, we not belong anymore to the grind, and we are doing something that other people like us, you might not resonate with us, with any of us probably, and that's why we invite you to take a look at this webinar, because you will see other people, other backgrounds that might resonate with you. And people, they start doing this digital business because also they are looking to have more time for them, looking more time because they don't enjoy their kids, or simply because they don't have enough money to enjoy life as they would like to. So that's why people like us, they are doing aside or full time this digital online business, and you can do it as well. But the first step that we require you to do is watch the webinar, because we don't know if you will like to do this. I mean, you, me, we are different. We have different criteria, so that's why you have to watch it yourself. So we have it live twice a week at 5 p.m. PST time, and just register through the Learn More button in the top of our pages. Input your name and your email. If you cannot wait, like us, watch the replay. You will have access to an instant replay of the latest live session. So what else, girls, can we say?
I think that's it.
Okay, so if you are really looking for a drastic change, because this is a drastic change, we are not asking you to change your job. No, we are asking you to build this aside of your day job. If you like it, you can keep this as your plan A. Okay, I think that we have spoken a lot. Okay, guys, see you next time. And I don't know how to stop the live.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.